Satchel, it's an honor to speak with you today. Your contributions to baseball are legendary, and your wisdom about life is just as impactful. Let's start with age. You once said, age is a case of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. Can you elaborate on that?
Thank you for having me. You see, age is just a number. It's all about how you feel inside. If you let age define you, then you're limiting yourself. I've been asked how old I am so many times, and I say, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you were? It's all about attitude and spirit. As long as I can throw that ball and enjoy the game, I feel young.
That's a refreshing perspective. You've had such a remarkable career. How did you maintain your passion for baseball throughout the years?
I ain't never had a job. I just always played baseball. For me, it was never work, it was love. When you're doing what you love, you find a way to keep that passion alive, no matter how many seasons go by. Plus, I always believed, just take the ball and throw it where you want to. Throw strikes. Home plate don't move.
You had a unique style on the mound. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, absolutely. I use my single wind-up, my double wind-up, my triple wind-up, my hesitation wind-up, my no wind-up. You see, a man's got to do what he's got to do. I had my tricks, and I learned to read the batter. When a batter swings and I see his knees move, I can tell just what his weaknesses are. My pitching philosophy was simple. Keep the ball away from the bat, and you got to keep the ball off a fat part of the bat.
It's incredible how much strategy goes into pitching. Speaking of strategy, you famously said, if a man can beat you, walk him. Can you explain that mindset?
Sure. It's about knowing when to play it safe. Sometimes the best defense is to avoid confrontation altogether. If I sensed the batter was strong and could hurt my game, I'd rather give him a free pass than risk giving up a hit. It's all about playing smart and understanding the game.
You were known for your confidence on the mound. How did that help you throughout your career?
Confidence is key. I never rush myself. See, they can't start the game without me. I'd remind myself that I had the skills and the experience to handle whatever came my way. I never threw an illegal pitch.
Once in a while, I toss one that ain't never been seen by this generation.
That confidence allowed me to be creative and keep batters guessing.
Speaking of creativity, you had some legendary stories about your time in baseball. Do any stand out to you?
Oh, there are plenty. One time I snuck a ball on with me, and when I went to wind up, I threw one of them balls to first and one to second. I was so smooth, I picked off both runners and fanned the batter without that keep out there. Knowing it. It's funny what a few no-hitters do for a body. The key was always having fun and keeping it entertaining, both for me and the fans.
You've also spoken about the challenges of being an African-American player in your era. How do you feel about the changes in baseball since then?
The only change is that baseball has turned Paige from a second-class citizen to a second-class immortal. Things have certainly changed, but there's still work to be done in the world and in the game. I believe in working like you don't need the money, loving like you've never been hurt, and dancing like nobody's watching. That's how I approach life in baseball.
That's a beautiful way to view life. Satchel, your insights today have been both enlightening and entertaining. You've mentioned the importance of looking forward rather than dwelling on the past. You famously said, don't look back. Something might be gaining on you. Can you explain that philosophy a bit more?
Absolutely. Life is all about moving forward. If you spend too much time looking back, you miss the opportunities right in front of you. There's a reason why the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. Focus on ahead, and the people who matter.
That's a powerful metaphor. In the context of athletics, how does this mindset apply, particularly when facing tough competition or setbacks?
In sports, if you start dwelling on past mistakes or failures, he can weigh you down. I never rush myself. See, they can't stop the game without me. Present in the moment. Each pitch is a new opportunity.
Each game is a fresh start.
The only way to improve is by learning from the past and then letting it go, so you can give your best in the now.
It sounds like a crucial component of success is maintaining that forward momentum. How do you advise young players to cultivate this mindset as they encounter challenges?
Young players need to understand that setbacks are part of the game. I play challenges, but I always reminded myself, there's no man on earth who pitched as much as me, but the more I pitched, the stronger my arm would get. Resilience is key. When things get tough, keep your head up and focus on the next opportunity. Remember to keep your eyes on the prize, and don't let fear of failure hold you back.
That's excellent advice. It seems like part of that forward-thinking mentality also involves embracing change. How do you feel about the changes in baseball over the years, both in terms of gameplay and culture?
Change is inevitable, and it can be a good thing. The game evolves, and so do the players. I've always believed that my pitching philosophy is simple: keep the ball away from the bat. If you adapt and learn to play with the changes, you can find success no matter the circumstances. Embrace the new styles and strategies, but don't forget the fundamentals that got you here.
Satchel, you've shared some incredible insights today. Let's talk a bit more about the importance of resilience in both sports and life. How did you cultivate that resilience throughout your career?
Resilience is vital, especially in baseball. You go up to challenges, whether it's a bad hit. I always believed there never was a man on earth who pitched as much as me, but the more I pitched, the stronger my arm would get. It's about getting back up after setbacks and learning from them. Bob, road, make you who you are.
That's a powerful mindset. It seems like you had a knack for turning challenges into opportunities. Can you share a specific moment where you had to dig deep?
Oh, I remember one time facing Dizzy Dean. I said to him, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm not going to give up any runs if we have to stay here all night. It was a tough match, but I was determined. That attitude pushed me to focus and find a way to succeed, even when the odds were against me.
That's a great legacy. As you reflect on your life experiences, do you have any regrets or things you wish you had done differently?
You know, I don't spend much time on regrets. Life's too short for that. I've always said I never rush myself. Instead, I focus on the lessons learned and the joy I found in playing. Every moment, good or bad, contributed to my journey. I just keep looking forward and encouraging others to do the same.
That's an admirable outlook. Looking back, were there any particular influences or mentors in your life that shaped your approach to baseball and life?
Oh, definitely. I had many influences, but one that stands out is Bill Beck.
He had a unique vision for the game and pushed boundaries.
I remember when he asked me to throw at a cigarette as a plate, and I threw 4 out of 5 over it. That kind of creativity inspired me to think outside the box and embrace my own style.
It sounds like Vec encouraged you to showcase your talent in a distinctive way. How important do you think it is for athletes to develop their own style?
It's crucial. You got to find your voice in whatever you do. I use my single wind-up, my double wind-up, my triple wind-up. It's all about discovering what works for you and making it your own. That's what keeps the game fresh and exciting, both for the players and the fans.
Satchel, you've mentioned the joy of playing baseball multiple times. How do you think that joy contributes to longevity in an athlete's career?
Joy is everything. When you love what you do, it fuels your passion and keeps you going. I never rush myself. They can't start the game without me. That attitude allows you to take your time and enjoy the process rather than just focusing on the end results. If you're having fun, you're more likely to stay in the game longer, both mentally and physically.
That's a great perspective. In your experience, how do you think the game of baseball has evolved since your time playing?
Oh, it's changed quite a bit. The game is faster now, and the athletes are incredibly skilled. but at the core, fundamentals remain the same. My pitching philosophy is simple: keeps the ball away from the bat.
That hasn't changed, no matter the ERA.
What I hope is that players today still find ways to express themselves and have fun while playing.
With all the advancements in training and technology today, do you think they take away from the creativity that comes with pitching?
A little, yes. While training and technology have their place, I worry that they might box players in. I always said I use my single windup, my double windup, my triple windup. The beauty of pitching lies in the art of it. You gotta let your personality shine through. The game should be...
That's a valuable insight. As someone who faced numerous challenges, what advice would you give to young athletes facing obstacles in their careers?
Obstacles are just part of the journey. There never was a man on earth pitched as much as me, but the more I pitched, the stronger my arm would get. Use those challenges to build resilience. Don't shy away from difficulties. Embrace them. They'll make you stronger, sharper.
You've also spoken about the importance of mental toughness in sports. How do you cultivate that mindset?
Mental toughness comes from experience and confidence. I often told myself I never threw an illegal pitch. The trouble is, once in a while, I toss one that ain't never been seen by this generation. It's about staying calm, believing in your abilities, and not letting external pressure sway you. The mind is a powerful tool. Use it wisely. Focus on what you can control.
That's excellent advice. In your opinion, what role does teamwork play in the success of a player and a team?
Teamwork is essential. Baseball is a team sport, and no player shines alone. If a man can beat you, walk him. Sometimes the best strategy is to support your teammates and work together to achieve a common goal. It's about communication, trust, and having each other's backs. Everyone plays a part in the success of the team.
You've had a long and storied career. Looking back, what moments stand out to you as particularly special or defining?
Oh, there's so many. It's hard to narrow it down. I'd say at the time I was able to pitch in front of large crowds, especially when I was with the Negro Leagues, were truly special. The joy on the faces of the fans was priceless. And I always remember when I threw my first no-hitter. It's funny what a few no-hitters do for a body. Those moments remind you why you play the game.
What do you hope your legacy will be in the world of baseball and beyond?
I hope my legacy reflects the love I had for the game and my belief that anyone can achieve greatness regardless of their background. I want people to remember that they can break barriers and chase their dreams no matter how impossible they may seem.
Thank you, Satchel. Your words are not only inspiring for athletes, but for anyone navigating life's challenges. Any more thoughts or messages you'd like to share with our audience?
Just remember, life is a game and you're the player. Work hard, stay true to yourself, and don't forget to enjoy the ride. Work like you don't need the money. You've never been hurt. It's like nobody's watching.
That's wonderful. Any more advice would you give to the younger generation, both in sports and life?
My advice is simple. Don't be common. Ain't no man can avoid being born average, but there ain't no man got to be common. Strive to be extraordinary in your own way. Focus on what you love. Keep a positive mindset.
Never forget to have fun.
Life is too short to play it safe all the time. So play hard, dream big, and remember, I never rush myself. See, they can't start the game without me.
As we wrap up, what do you hope your story teaches future generations, both in baseball and in life? I want future generations to know that you can achieve greatness with hard work and determination. Ain't no man can avoid being born average, but there ain't no man got to be common. It's about rising above the ordinary and finding your unique path. Don't be afraid to stand out, work hard, and most importantly, enjoy the game. Life is too short to look back and regret. As I said before, don't look back. Something might be gaining on you. Just remember, work hard, stay true to yourself, and never let fear hold you back. Play hard and enjoy every moment. And don't ever forget to have fun. Life is a game, and we're all players in it. So keep your head up, pitch your best, and enjoy the ride. Thank you, Satchel. Your words are filled with wisdom and humor. It's been a true pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you. Keep enjoying the game. That's what it's all about.